Right, so right here on YouTube is a great place to learn filmmaking for free. I myself started out with just a GoPro knockoff and YouTube tutorials to teach me all about how to use a camera. But there's a load of bad advice on here and people seem to go without questioning and just suck it up and then everybody does it. Let me explain. Right, so number one is overuse of shallow depth of field. I feel that everybody loves shallow depth of field, myself included, but it gets overused, and I think that's mainly due to YouTube and YouTubers making it seem cool and as if you need to do it all the time. It's not. Sometimes it's nice to just stop down that aperture and get a lot more in focus, show everybody what's going on around you. Alrighty, so the one more YouTube filmmaking lie is that you need super high resolution. 8K isn't necessary. There's no need for you to be cropping into your footage insane amounts. You should be learning composition, composing your shots well, and getting it right on camera. I think that sometimes there is the need for cropping in certain situations, but not ridiculous amounts. I think 4K is enough. And also you've got to remember that 8K raw files will be huge. You'll be going through storage like absolute wildfire. 8K and huge resolutions are just marketing tactics. Just stick with 4K. You'll be fine. Okay, so the next YouTube filmmaking lie follows on from the last one, which is that you constantly need to buy the new camera. You don't. Pretty much all cameras nowadays shoot great footage, varying degrees of it and varying degrees of different features, but all cameras can shoot good stuff, and limitations are usually what push you to make great stuff. And I know that's very easy from someone who's shooting an FX3 and I have an FX30 here, but to be honest, once I've got onto this combo I have here ticks all the boxes that I need in a camera. It shoots 4K, it shoots 10-bit color depth, and it has true 24p and shutter angle. I don't think I need to change these cameras for a long time. Sure, there are a few things I would really like, such as built-in NDs and, open gate. But, in the future. For now, I think this is good enough, and I think YouTube gasses people up to keep constantly needing to change your camera, and you don't. Alrighty, so one filmmaking, not necessarily a lie, but bad advice that I see all over YouTube is just to slap a film look on your footage, because that is on point and relevant, and that will make you look cool and make your footage look good, and that is not true. I love the film look. I absolutely love it. But it doesn't work for every piece of footage. That is something you need to understand. And also, you need to do it properly, because there's so many people that just use dehancer. They're like, oh, I've got dehancer, wicked. Slap it on there, and then their footage ends up looking yellowy, like super weirdly contrasty with like massively overexposed parts, or just looking bad. So, I mean, do use the film look. Just do it properly. Don't get gassed up by people saying, oh, slap this LUT on, and it just looks amazing. And I guess that goes for all LUTs. Learn to color grade, at least basically, before you just slap a LUT on. A LUT is not going to be a one-stop done, okay? Alrighty, I spent an unnecessary amount of time and effort taking gear and lighting up to the roof of my building so I could make this final point without my wife and kids making it a racket they are downstairs. I don't know how well this view is coming out on camera, but to me here looks great. Anyway, my final YouTube lie or YouTube bad advice is that you always need to have your camera rigged out to the max everywhere, all the time, with every camera. And that's just not true. There are plenty of situations which you definitely do need to rig your camera. You're on a big production and you're using monitors, timecode generators, wireless transmissions. Sure, you definitely need it, but you don't always need it. A lot of the time, I just run with the bare minimum. Like if you look at I've got the FX30 here. It's just got a cage. I always have a cage because I don't like getting my cameras dinged up. I like to keep them as good as possible, and it's just easier to leave it on as well. So when you do need to rig it up, you can just rig it up, no problem. Sometimes, like you see here, I am running a top handle. I don't always have it on there, but if I'm holding the camera and walking around a lot, it makes it very easy to have it, slung down like by your side. It's also if you're doing lots of low shots, but not all the time. A lot of the time I go as bare bones as possible because it takes time. It takes a lot of time if you have to rig your camera out every time you get somewhere. It also makes it heavy and awkward, much more awkward to use. So I see people rigging out cameras in really unnecessary situations, and that's primarily because people on YouTube will tell you to, or make it seem like you need to rig everything out, and you don't. It is just not necessary. Make it situation based. Anyway, that is the end of the video. If you've made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you. Drop me a like, drop me a comment down below. What did you think of these points? Do you agree? Do you not agree? Is there more you could add? Should I make another video with more? Is there something you think I should cover? Anyway, guys, until next time, peace.